Hello, this is Scott Tashler, Technical Director for Security Management with Intel Security, and I'm here today to talk to you about next generation security architecture built upon the Intel Security Data Exchange Layer. Now, security architecture matters for a couple reasons. One, security architecture has a great deal of effect on your security posture and how effective your security infrastructure is at stopping attacks. Also, however, security architecture has a great deal of influence on costs, both capital expenditures and operational costs. And by having a connected architecture, we have the goal of bringing those costs down while simultaneously improving security posture over time. This has been a challenge with traditional siloed protection for a couple of reasons. Primarily, remember that when countermeasures are deployed in silos, they don't learn from each other. And so the attacker in this scenario has the unenviable ability to continue to probe and attack. And so even if individual countermeasures are all very effective, none of them are 100% effective, and eventually a determined targeted attacker will find a way through these things. Now contrast this with a connected infrastructure, where in this case, through a security fabric, each point in the security infrastructure learns from encounters elsewhere, and we get the ability to apply these insights immediately throughout this entire infrastructure. So every contact with our adversary gives us information that we can learn from, and then we can spread that across the entire infrastructure so that every touch with our adversary makes us a little bit stronger. Intel Security has developed this fabric for our solutions. We call it the Data Exchange Layer, or the DXL. We have been working over the last 2 years to build this out and integrate our existing products to it. So here you'll see a list of various McAfee solutions across our product portfolio that are all currently today integrated and working on the data exchange layer and trading information with each other in the manner that we've described. But of course, this security fabric isn't only an Intel security thing. This is designed to be a platform for security innovation, and so we're proud today to demonstrate a number of different security solution providers who are all part of the Intel Security Innovation Alliance, who've also built their own integrations onto the DXL to deliver value for our customers and to deliver a more integrated security architecture. I'd like today to show you a quick demonstration of what this connected security architecture looks like and give you an idea of how it can help our customers be better at defending their networks and have better outcomes at the end of the day. So here we see a quick dashboard that shows the different security providers who are connected into our demonstration environment. So each one of these is connected live. Each one of these is sending telemetry out across the data exchange layer as we speak, and each one of these is also learning from going on in the others. So this is a high-level view of what's going on. Let me show you a deeper view of what we can actually accomplish through this connected architecture. So what we've done here is simulated an attack to give you an idea of how a connected architecture might respond to something like this. Now, in this case, imagine that we have an adversary who's interested in bringing embarrassment to Intel Security, and so through this, a group of activists have decided to infiltrate the Focus 15 conference and attempt to bring some mayhem. So let's walk through what this morning might have looked like with the connected security architecture. Beginning on the very far left side here around 7:30 in the morning, this is when our Focus staff bring and distribute laptops to the individual conference rooms and turn them on, and these are what we use for breakout sessions. And we can see very quickly that these hosts were all assessed by Forescout, one of our solution providers in the network access control space. All of these laptops found to be compliant, as you would expect. All these were allowed onto the network. Shortly thereafter, our adversary enters the picture. Someone has entered the room where one of these laptops sits and has loaded some software. We have a report from McAfee's Threat Intelligence Exchange that a new program was detected, and we also have a report from Avecto in the privilege management space that we've seen some processes started with administrative rights. McAfee's Threat Intelligence Exchange leverages the data exchange layer to get comprehensive visibility, which is necessary in order to identify that this is a new executable in our environment. Now, Avecto tells us something new has come in with administrative rights. All this goes up to McAfee's Enterprise Security Manager, our SIM technology, And we identified that, in fact, those events are related to the same thing. So now we know that we've got a new executable running with administrative rights, which is a pretty dodgy thing to have happen in our environment. We'll come back to that in a moment. So scrolling over here across the timeline, we see that the attack continues. So around 750, 755, TrapX, our solution provider in the threat detection space, has identified network scans, bot command and control activity, as well as some remote access Trojan activity. These are all highly suspicious. None of this should ever be coming from any of these laptops. And as a result, they send out events across the data exchange layer to alert security staff. Now, of course, we've already seen our SIM is monitoring on the data exchange layer, but SIM is not the only thing. Also monitoring is Forescout. And when Forescout sees these events, they're able to take action. And so in this case, Forescout has quarantined the badly behaving host at the network in real time instantly. Further down the road down here, we have Titus, one of our partners in the data loss prevention space, and Titus has identified some unauthorized outbound email messages. Looks like one of our attackers is attempting to email off sensitive information off of the conference laptops. This is also suspicious activity, and we see that Forescout has also identified that and has quarantined them as well. And then finally, the Focus security staff gets into the picture, and they're able to leverage CloudHash, which is a endpoint visibility and awareness tool, to run searches and look for additional hosts that likely have been compromised. And they're able to interact with Forescout as well in order to quarantine those hosts. And so you can see here that by bringing these solution providers together and giving a fabric of the data exchange layer to easily exchange information, we're able to very quickly bring together a wide variety of different solutions, plug them together, and make them actually interoperate in a way that would be very difficult if we had to attempt this on a point-to-point basis. So this has been just a very quick introduction to the McAfee data exchange layer and security architecture. I hope you have found it helpful.